We are very pleased to welcome Erika Christensen, who is a PACTV staff member, and she is the creative lead for marketing and outreach. Welcome, Erika.
Hi, Jules.
How long have you been here at PACTV, and how did you start?
Oh, goodness. So I started here at PACTV when I was 16. So I started off as a volunteer, and then I worked my way as an intern, then part-time, and then full-time, and here I am. So I'm almost 25 now, so I feel like I've been here
a long time. You've seen a lot.
Yes.
Seen a lot.
I've made my way.
You have, and you're very creative, which is why your title is Creative Lead.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about some creative initiatives that we have here at PACTV today,
Okay.
starting with our summer program, and then we're going to talk about our new video challenge that we just started offering this year, and then we're going to end up with the mannequin challenge, which is something that a lot of people are doing now.
Yes.
So why don't you tell us all about the summer program, what it is, what it entails, etc.
Okay, so the summer program, it's a 2-week summer documentary program that we hold for the youth here in our 4 towns. So basically, it allows the students to create a documentary of their choosing. We tend to give them a couple pre-chosen topics, so that way they're not kind of flying in the dark by themselves. But we give them the opportunity to learn how to story tell the documentary way, how to use a camera, how to use the correct equipment, everything that involves your miking, your lighting, your interviewing, your research, actually filming on location. So it's an all hands on deck kind of experience for these kids.
And they learn this. All of it is encompassed in the 2 weeks.
In the 2 weeks,
they have
yes.
to learn how to research, how to write the storyboard, how to write the script, how to set the whole thing.
All of it.
That's pretty amazing for 2 weeks.
It is. So for the first week, we kind of get them in slowly. We do some icebreaker activities. We teach them a couple things. And then the last 2 days of that week, that Thursday and Friday, we're actually filming on location. So they get their hands dirty. They're figuring out which position is best for them. So that first week, we really figure out where they're best suited. So some kids might be a little bit shy, so we stick them behind the camera.
Yep.
Some kids are super outgoing and they want to interview. They know exactly what they want to do.
Right.
So it's really cool to see where everyone lies.
And they don't have to have experience.
No, they don't have to have experience, but if they have experience, that's even better.
Okay. Now, tell me a little bit about the different summer programs that we've had, the different documentaries that we've done.
So the first year that we started doing the documentary program in 2014, we did one on the shark tagging in Duxbury. So we actually went out to Duxbury Powder Point Bridge, and we did a couple filming with a few local shark taggers who showed us all the ins and outs of what they do from start to finish.
Yep. And why they do it.
And why they do it. Yep.
Why do we shark tag? Yeah.
2015, we did a story on Fideli's. It was a local chocolate shop that was in Plymouth and Pembroke.
Yep.
So we showed their shop, all the behind-the-scenes stuff of how they make their chocolate, where they began, how they started, all that family kind of just good stuff.
Camaraderie. Yeah. Because it's a very small family business.
Yeah, exactly.
And yet they're worldwide as far as their chocolate, so it's pretty neat. And the kids actually got to hands-on watch the chocolate being made and go to their factory and see how it's done right from the beginning. From
start to finish. It was really cool to actually have them get in there and see the process of how they actually make all these chocolates.
Yep. And I bet they got some samples.
Yes, they did.
Ooh,
yes,
which
they
is
actually
always fun.
They got to make some chocolates too, which was pretty cool.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then last year in 2016, we did a documentary on the Wampanoags in the Plymouth Plantation and their home site. So basically getting kind of a personal perspective of what they think Thanksgiving is to them. So that was really an eye-opening experience, not only for the students, but for staff as well.
Right.
So it was really cool to see what their interpretation of everything was.
Their interpretation of Thanksgiving is very different.
Very different
from
ours.
what we think of it.
Yes.
And these are the natives of the Wampanoags, are the natives of this area. And what did you learn? What is the most important thing you learned from them, or that the kids learned?
I think from the kids' point of view, the most important thing that they learned was don't believe everything that you read in books. It's not necessarily exactly true.
Yep.
They were able to learn the actual story from them based off of what they learned from their family.
Yep.
So it was passed down from word of mouth. So they were able to learn the true meaning of Thanksgiving, of what actually happened on that day for them, and it wasn't.
It's not the happy turkey that, we have.
Not
it's not at all.
No.
As a matter of fact, it's rather a dark day in the history.
It is a very sad story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone should watch it. Now, can people watch these 3?
Oh yeah, absolutely. If they're looking to find these documentaries, they can go onto our PACTV website. We have them up on our YouTube page, so they can absolutely watch these documentaries.
Okay.
For sure.
Now, what are these? And they're very beautiful. And why are they here?
So these are Telly Awards. We have actually won 2 Telly Awards in the past couple of years that we've done the documentary program.
What is a Telly Award?
So a Telly Award, and I'm actually going to read it off for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Just because I know I'm going to butcher it, and I don't want to do that.
Yep.
So the Telly Award, it's a premier award honoring the best in TV and cable, digital and streaming, and non-broadcasting productions. So on average, the Telly Awards receive 13,000 entries from 50 states and from 5 continents. So they're constantly getting submissions.
13,000 entries?
13,000 entries
Okay.
yearly. So the fact that we were able to win 2 years in a row is amazing.
That's great.
And it's great for the kids too, because it's such a confidence booster realizing, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
I made this documentary, all these people saw this, and I won an award.
Right. That's pretty
It's
cool.
just so cool for them.
It's pretty cool.
So it's a really cool award for someone in 7th, 8th, and 9th grade to realize, I did this at this
I did
age.
this all by myself.
Yeah.
Well, with my group.
Yes,
Yeah.
with my
Now,
group.
tell me about how you're going about this year to pick what the documentary is going to be about.
So we definitely wanted to stay along the lines of not controversial, but more of what we did last year, kind of picking a hot topic item where students can actually tell a story and figuring out the true meaning of something.
Yep.
So we have a couple ideas that we wanted to do. I'm not going to disclose that information just yet.
It's a secret.
It is a little bit of a secret. We're trying to build up as much as we can for the students this year to give them a couple options, but we're
And the
always...
students ultimately are the ones that decide which one you're going to do.
Exactly. They are ultimately the ones that pick. We try to give them a couple options just because we don't want them to show up and be like, okay, what are we doing? Oh, we don't know.
Yeah, right.
But no, we want to make sure that we have options for them.
And you have a very structured program.
Yes.
So whatever they pick, the structure will stay the same.
It will still follow suit. Yep.
And they'll learn. Now, I noticed the last couple of years, some of the kids have been doing a behind the scenes video. Tell a little bit about that, because that's really cute.
It is really cool to see the behind the scenes as well, because obviously you get a different perspective from everything else that's happening. So basically the behind the scenes is we take students from years prior.
Yep.
We ask them, are you interested in doing a documentary of your own? So they get to take all those applications that they learned from the camp that they did before, and they get to do their own style. So they get to create something of their own without any other help from the students. But we're able to guide them and kind of help them of, are you staying on track? Do you know what you want to do for this documentary? And we get that, not to say behind the scenes again, but you get that different feel and see how everything works with all the students and the staff interacting with each other.
And how the kids view it, because we view it from the educators, the teachers, the people that are helping them mold it, but they view it very differently. And each child takes something very different away from this experience.
Absolutely. They
And
really
I know
do.
a couple of our kids have really, really dug into this field.
Yes.
And are really interested in pursuing this in the future, which is really neat.
It really is. Like one student in particular, Ryan Antonetti, he just went gung-ho all the years that he's done the documentary program. I think he's done it like 3 times. And then he actually did the behind the scenes. So he had so much experience from all those camps that he did. And then he just put his own style on the documentary that he produced for this last one. It was amazing.
He's a terrific kid. Now let's talk a little bit about this new thing that we have called the Video Challenge.
Okay. So this is actually the brainchild of Dustin Fleming. He came up with this in 2016.
And Dustin Fleming is our
production manager.
Yep.
Yes. He came up with this idea, and he basically wanted to create a way for members to be creative and come up with something that they can call their own and just share with the PACTV community.
Yep.
So the whole premise of it is each month we're given a different topic.
Okay.
So like last month was simple pleasures.
Simple pleasures.
Simple pleasures.
Okay.
So basically what they had to do is they had to find something that was pleasurable to them, but they were only allowed to have one static shot. So
meaning the camera stays still.
Stays still. So say this was my subject. I wanted just this as my shot. I set up my camera right where it is, and it's not allowed to move.
Okay.
But the subject itself could move, do whatever it needs to do.
Okay. Can you move?
Granted,
Little
that
Telly
can't really move.
Right.
But
if it was a kitten,
if it was
the
a
kitten
cat,
could move, right?
Simple pleasures.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. So the only thing that you were allowed to do to edit was just to cut it down to 1 minute.
Okay.
But for this month, it's all about sound.
Oh, all
so
right.
it's a different way to think about it. So rather than just one static shot, they're allowed to do multiple different shots. They can edit it any way that they want, but you can only use one consistent sound. So say, think of like the dropping of water.
Yep.
You constantly hear that dropping of water,
yep.
but you see different images going across the screen. So even though it might not necessarily be water itself that you're seeing,
yep.
it's still conveying a different feeling based off of that sound.
Oh, neat. Okay,
yeah.
So that's for this month is sound. Okay.
So, yeah, so you can basically take it any way that you want to.
And each month we're going to have a new topic?
Each month we're going to have a new topic,
okay.
yes.
And the people all get to see them at the end of the month, or they're posted online?
Yep. So the way that it works is if you want to be part of this group, if you go to the PACTV website under services, you'll see the video challenge.
Okay.
It'll give you a description of the month's challenge of what it's going to be, the rules and everything. And the way to actually share it, you have to be part of our PACTV members group on Facebook.
Okay. Yep.
It's open. There's nothing that you need to do to be a part of it other than just join the group.
Okay, great.
So basically, the whole point of the group is just to see what everyone's giving, give feedback,
yep.
learn a little bit more about
yep.
what everyone's doing. So it's a great way for everyone to communicate with each other.
Excellent. Yeah. And the last thing we're going to talk about is our mannequin challenge that we did. So tell me why you did it.
Okay, so basically the mannequin challenge, I'm sure people have seen it before, the whole concept of it is to create scenes within a certain area and you're not allowed to move at all while you're filming it. So basically the only thing that's moving is the cameraman. So one of our staff members had mentioned it in passing saying, hey, this might be a really cool idea, can you start coming up with some ideas? Absolutely, why not, let's try this. So I recruited the help of Dustin Fleming for his amazing camera work, and we kind of just started hashing it out from there. We found our floor plan, we figured out who was going to go where the key focal points were for the camera access, and we basically set up these different groups, and the whole point of it was to really show how big our space was. So we wanted to see where everyone was moving, how long it would take, what the timing would be, and actually get the whole entire staff involved, which I think was an amazing thing, the fact that we had all 16 staff members here, including a couple volunteers as well.
Right.
So being able to get everyone here working on it at the same time was really just very heartwarming to see everyone here.
And a lot of people, even if they come to have a PACTV tour, you don't always see everything. And this really showed the entire facility.
Yeah, very
even behind the scenes in our storage
room.
Yeah, how to go between sets. Yeah, which is interesting.
Yes. But we were able to see some of the personalities come to life too with each different group. So like in the very beginning, you can see one group in the conference room, but then they work their way into master control and how frustrating it can actually be in there. So you can see Dan holding his head, all these different crazy positions, and just finding all these points of where everyone was gonna be was just...
And to choreograph that must have been really, really difficult.
It was very chaotic.
Yes.
And I probably didn't wear the best shoes that day, but that's okay.
I know you had those beautiful heels on, Erika. Not a good idea. Yeah.
But it was very chaotic, and coming down from that adrenaline high, my whole body was just like, okay, I'm done.
I mean, I've seen these mannequin challenges for just like gyms, and 4 or 5 people are sitting in the gym.
Yeah.
But to have this many people in this many rooms was really rather
It was very
unique.
intricate, yeah.
Yes.
I haven't seen many mannequin challenges like that before, so the fact that we had so many different spots and all these people done in one shot, I think was just very different from everyone else's.
Yeah, it was. And it was a really nice way for us to celebrate our 20th year
Yes.
of being PACTV. And you actually ended the video in the kitchen where we're cutting a cake that says, you know, happy 20th year PACTV, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it was so much fun.
It was fun. It was really a lot of
It
fun.
really
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. It was something that every company should try that if they can.
If they can do it, I highly recommend trying to do a mannequin challenge.
Yeah.
It's a great way to connect with your staff members,
Good
your
team building.
employees.
Yep.
It is a really good team building activity.
Yep. Well, thank you, my dear, so much for everything.
You're very
Enjoyed
welcome.
having you today. And now we're going to have Brian Sullivan bring on a local musician. Take it away, Brian.